her family's YouTubes that she doesn't know how to access, and Tilda helps her. Mina.
Tilda's fine. Tilda's. Phyllis, you said your father was supposed to pay $10 a week. My husband was supposed to pay me $10 a month.
A month?
$10 a month?
That's why I
Did you ever do my mother
never saw
take every type of lesson.
Wait, Judy's talking.
No, I say our mother had us take every lesson, type of lesson. We took piano lessons, she got a piano. We took ballet lessons, we took tap everything, whatever there was.
Can you do a routine for us?
What?
Do a little
I want to see
dance
the
for
chat
us.
with ballet.
Ballet, tap.
Let's see.
Can't remember.
So June, if you had anything to do over differently in your life, is there anything you would have done differently now?
I don't think so. Thank God I was very happily married. And whatever disagreements we had were not that important, you know. And I was accepted by Manny's family because I wasn't religious. By Manny's family, fantastically, I must say. His sisters, his brother, just wonderful.
Did your mother tell you any advice? What's the best advice that your mom told you that you would tell to your kids and grandchildren?
Marry the right guy.
Never what?
Marry the right guy.
Oh, so
What makes it right?
Well,
That's very personal.
at that time,
What do you think?
It's very personal.
At that time.
Manny had introduced me, because we were just friends from camp, to some fellow, and I went out with him for a while, and my mother didn't like him very much. I don't know, and his mother didn't like me.
Why?
It was terrible. I don't know.
Why did she like it?
She didn't like him. All I know is he took his house. I haven't gone out with him for a week. And he took me to his house, and she was so cold. All of them never thought I understood any Yiddish. She said something to him. This is the girl. She said it in Yiddish. And I walked out of there, and I'm telling you, I just felt like crying. Came home, said, well, you won, I'm not going to my mother. You won, I'm not going out to the
What was it like during the war for you without Grandpa?
Well, I was working for an advertising agency. But the other thing was, we used to sell bonds. We used to go to the theaters and sell war bonds. And we'd have somebody that made an appeal, and a few girls and myself would walk up and down the aisles. We did that about 3 nights a week to different movie theaters, selling the war bonds. I try to keep busy, but I do. There's nothing much I could do. I had a couple of friends whose husbands were also in the service. When they first went in the service, I went down to the Ocean Missouri. That's where he was stationed.
When the train was.
Oh, yeah, the train, the front of the train and the back of the train were outside of the city already. It was a little tiny town. Before, they had one Jewish family in that town. Before. And when the landlord got a room, she heard I was Jewish. She knew that. How could you be Jewish? I mean, they were sure that the Jews had
Florence. Absolute Florence.
that I was the only reason she knew, because I came here and it was Rosh Hashanah and I stayed at the camp for Rosh Hashanah for 2 days, and she wanted to know where I was because I hadn't said anything to her.
Well, the funny thing is, wait,
Sometimes when I get James, she wants to know why I was dead. And I didn't tell her that it was because but when I was gone for 2 days, she wanted to know where I was, so I figured, you know, I can't get around her. So I told her, she couldn't do it. I'm just not like the other ones. So I said, do you know anybody else? Well, I just what I heard, you know. But she they just thought that
Did you live with great grandma?
I'm sorry.
Did you live with great grandma during when grandma was overseas?
No, I lived with grandma before that, when my mother was thinking about getting a divorce.
So you lived in an apartment on your own when grandma was overseas?
No, I lived with her. No, those days you didn't live alone.
That's why I was wondering.
Just didn't.
Do you still think of your grandma? Do you still think of yourself as a New Yorker or as California?
I don't think of myself as New York until somebody tells me you never really.
You sound like it.
Never lose your accent.
But when I go to New York, they don't recognize me as a New Yorker.
You're going to be very sorry if you lose your accent.
Oh, be quiet.
Ask somebody else questions about something else.
do something.
Oh, yeah, Phyllis is telling us now. But,
Why do you have to go through the
because I want to hear, I didn't hear the whole story about Mr. Dinnerstein. Yeah, how long were they married?
About 10 years?
Disaster.
I know they were married before I was married,
Yeah?
but he walked me down the aisle.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Did
But
he?
I even remember him. I still remember him.
Yeah, because you were young.
I was young, but I still have remembrances of
Yeah,
him.
because we lived on Coliseum Street and he was
You had an apartment, or someone had an apartment on La Brea.
Not on La Brea, it was near La Brea. That was, Grandma had a
Grandma had a
apartment, she was
building.
building the house.
Yeah, but I remember there, yeah, I remember an apartment. I thought it was La Brea, maybe it isn't La
It
Brea.
was less than La Brea.
Okay. No. This was somewhere else. And I can remember Dinnerstein.
They lived there,
yeah,
they lived
I
there
have
while she
a-
was building the
Yeah.
house. While Grandma was building the house on Aladdin.
How long was Grandma married to him?
It's about 10 years, 15 years with Ben.
How long were
How
they
long was
married?
Grandma married to Dinnerstein?
Was he a businessman?
Well, no, he wanted Grandma to support him, that was his problem. That was her problem. He wasn't, no, he was in business in New York.
Had he been
But he
married?
wanted to move out, yes, he had a daughter. And he really got to the point where he didn't
Her
work.
money.
He wanted
Her
to-
money.
He used to go to camp, no, it's gotta be more than 10 years, because he used to go to camp, he didn't know a thing about camping. And he used to drive me crazy, because he was telling everybody what to do, and he didn't know what to do, so no. He was,
Did he die first? They divorced.
they divorced. Then he moved back to, his daughter lived in,
Unfortunately, I wasn't
daughter
as
or
ambitious as
something, I
my
can't remember
mother.
exactly.
She has a little more business sense than I have. But
I always felt sorry for
my
him.
mother
He
was,
was kind of, he was a person.
that was one of the reasons my father was unhappy because he couldn't stand the fact that she wanted. My father was unhappy because he couldn't stand the fact that my mother
Was so independent.
wanted to do something besides washing clothes. And
Well, the whole idea of how she learned to drive, his brother allowed her to drive the car and da-da-da.
I have one last question for you. We have a few minutes left on the videotape. I have one last question for you. I would like you to send a message to your great-grandchildren and tell all those who are sleeping tonight one good piece of advice.
Remember exactly where it is.
So this is just one last message to all her sleeping and future great-grandchildren as we close out the video with 8 minutes to go.
I hope that my great-grandchildren stay as close to their family as my children have, because there is nothing like family. And it's the most wonderful thing to get together, to have memories together, and I hope that they do the same thing.